Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to see you here, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this ribbon-cutting celebration for Brick City, which is going to be the home for the Department of Art and Design at Missouri State University. I'm Gloria Galenas, and I'm the Dean of the College of Arts and Letters at Missouri State University, and I can't tell you how excited we are to celebrate this ribbon cutting today with you. This ribbon cutting represents an effective collaboration among a lot of people, university people, community people, and so forth. And so I think it's a model of what we can accomplish when we work together. Thanks to the partnership with the Matt Miller Company, these buildings, which some of them are over 100 years old, are going to be infused with new life, and I think you've had the opportunity to see that if you've had a chance to walk around the buildings today. This was home to the Springfield Ice and Refrigerator Company. In 2007, it was announced as the proposed home of the Department of Art and Design, but we had been looking for space for that department for literally decades. The department was scattered out in a number of different buildings, making internal communication very difficult, and so we are delighted to be all in one place. After the 6 years of renovation work, our painters, potters, illustrators, educators, and so forth finally can be together and finally can experience the creative synergy that comes from being in the same space. That's something that hasn't happened to that department in 40 years. I want to convey a heartfelt thank you to everyone who made this move possible. And let me tell you, there were a lot of people who contributed to that. There were people who started looking at appropriate space for this department many years ago. There were people who kept that search going when I think some of us were getting a bit discouraged. And then there were the folks who put the finishing touches on the space, which we know will foster a synergy within the department that will allow faculty and students to do some of their most creative work. I am glad to see many supporters of the university here today, including Governor Jay Nixon. We're delighted that the governor was able to come down, along with Joe Carmichael, who is a member of our Board of Governors. Let me, at this time, invite Governor Carmichael to come up and say a few remarks.
Good morning. Let me make clear we only have one true governor here today, and that's Jay Nixon. On behalf of the Board of Governors, it is my pleasure to be here today to celebrate this impressive new home for the Department of Art and Design at Missouri State University. We are absolutely honored to have Governor Jay Nixon join us today. I am fortunate to be able to call Governor Nixon friend, but more importantly, he is a friend of education. He knows the value of education to the person and to the state's economy. He knows the importance of education funding, both for K through 12 and for our universities. And frankly, when forces gathered in Jeff City to cut taxes and strangle funding for education, they didn't quite know who they were dealing with. Governor Nixon fought the bill as it moved through the state legislature, and when it was finally passed, he vetoed it. And he dealt that bill a final blow when he rallied like-minded legislators to vote no on a veto override. Governor Nixon, thank you for your leadership for funding of education. Please join me in applauding the governor. Brick City is a point of pride for the university. We were able to utilize existing structures and develop them through key public and private partnerships. We did not go to the legislature and seek a large appropriation to construct a brand new facility. We focused on creating value for our students without a huge capital investment. I invite each of you that's here today to spend a little time in and around these buildings. You will quickly feel the energy that comes from bringing artists and designers together in one location in downtown Springfield. Not only does Brick City provide centralized classrooms and studio spaces for our students, but it provides an opportunity for our students to directly connect with the art community in Springfield. This project is an excellent example of why we on the Board of Governors have renewed our commitment to improving facilities for our students over the next several years. It is truly a privilege to be a partner with the City of Springfield in revitalizing the downtown area and to be an active part of its arts culture. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, Board of Governor Carmichael. The Art and Design Department occupies 4 of the 5 buildings in the Brick City complex, and they are working in more than 85,000 feet of space, where there are studios, classrooms for art history, state-of-the-art computer labs, critique space, and so forth. There are also administrative offices, a supply shop, and 2 galleries, one of which you're in right now. We love the space, the faculty and the staff do, but probably the person who's going to be able to tell you more about what this space really means to the programs is our student, Tom Dickinson, who is studying ceramics. Please join me in welcoming Tom. Tom.
Thank you, Dr. Lannis. Good morning. When I was a Girl Scout working on a badge, I watched a man work with clay. I was mesmerized to see him push the clay and create a form with his hands. That brief moment sparked in me the desire to work in clay. So with the support of my husband and my family, I have followed my dream and gone back to school. And I can say that I have the joy to wake up every morning and ask myself, what can I make in clay today? As a non-traditional student in the ceramics department, I've had the privilege of watching young minds grasp a concept and develop that thought through art. I'm honored to call them my colleagues. Now, I have the privilege of learning about art from professionals who have traveled the world, learning from various artists. So thank you to Professor Extem and Professor Hughes for teaching me how to find my voice in clay. The facility where our studio spaces were formerly located was in the basement of Hill Hall in an old swimming pool area called the Foundry, based on its previous use. The Foundry was dark, dirty, and seemed to create dust without the help of the students. And there was only one very smelly sink. The lighting was poor and gave the feeling of being in a dungeon-like atmosphere. If we had to get advice from our professors, carry work to the kilns, or just get a paintbrush from the studio, we had to walk to a different building where the main studios were actually located. In this beautiful new facility, we are located in closer proximity to our professors, giving us the opportunity to have more communication about our work. We are now just a short walk down the hall from the main studios and kilns. Gone are the days of dragging our work to a different building with the fear of dropping and breaking our pieces. We even have a room designated for glazing, which is something not every ceramic program has. Our studio spaces are brightly lit, clean, and now we have multiple new sparkling sinks. Thank you for bringing us out of the dark and into a bright, nurturing facility. We are now all downtown where there is a thriving atmosphere of art. Art allows us to express who we are in the space we live. Thank you to the Board of Governors, President Smart, the Building Committee, faculty, staff, and administration, most specifically Carolyn Cardenas, and to Governor Nixon for giving us this new space. Thank you.
That's why we do this. We're in the business of developing educated people, and we change lives. That is exactly why we are here and why so many people have put their heart and soul into renovating these buildings and providing good space for the Department of Art and Design. The Department of Art, this whole Brick City complex is part of the IDEA Commons. IDEA is an acronym that stands for Innovation, Design, Entrepreneurship, and Art. And this is a collaboration that's going to bring together corporations, the university, loft space, not-for-profits, and retail space in the downtown community, where we hope a synergy will develop by having creative and technical people together in the same space. We know that Missouri State students will benefit greatly for this. They already have. If you have noticed when you came in, the Marlin Advertising Agency occupies the top floor of this particular building. A number of the design students have completed internships with Marlin, and in fact, this past year, Marlin did a national search for designers, and they hired 5 of our students, competitively selected among national designers from all over. So already the synergy is paying off here. As Sir Peter Hall said, the innovative cities of the coming age will develop a creative vision of technology, arts, and civics. This is increasingly true here in Springfield, where the city, the university, community leaders, and so forth have had the vision and the determination to push the IDEA Commons forward and to develop it. So it's not just the university, but it's the city of Springfield and the entire region that will benefit from the IDEA Commons partnerships. I am pleased to welcome Ms. Jan Fisk, Springfield City Councilwoman, to the podium at this time.
Good morning. I am thrilled and honored to be here today to celebrate this milestone in the development of the MSU campus at Brick City. This ribbon cutting for the Department of Arts and Letters is a historic step in the vision of MSU and the Springfield arts community. Joining many visual artists, galleries, performing artists, venues, and the Creamery Arts Center, the Brick City development is in the heart of the Springfield arts community. Over a decade ago, the university had a vision for downtown Springfield. They moved classes and departments into buildings on Park Central Square. They located the University Foundation and Alumni Center on Jefferson Street, across from the Morris Building. It now houses international student programs and adult education. The Roy Blunt Jordan Valley Innovation Center is the high-tech catalyst of future university development, as it's called JVIC. It's located just 2 blocks away on Boonville. The Robert W. Plaster Free Enterprise Center is now housing hundreds of students in an entrepreneurial environment unlike any other that we have downtown. The Plaster Center is just 2 blocks east of here on Jefferson. I mention these other significant developments because they represent collaboration at its highest and best. The university, city, state, and federal officials who have worked with private investors have been stewards of the highest order. Springfield and the region will continue to be enriched by these collaborative efforts and the quality programs, all originating in downtown Springfield. Economic development and employment opportunities will be the future of this visionary collaboration. The Department of Arts and Letters ribbon cutting is just the latest component in the master plan of MSU to develop a downtown campus. Springfield is very fortunate to have such a visionary and vibrant partner as Missouri State University. Speaking for the city of Springfield, you have my congratulations and my gratitude on behalf of the citizens of Springfield. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. In addition to the IDEA Commons partners that Jan mentioned, other partners include the Inspired Commerce Building, the Jordan Valley Community Health Center, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol Crime Lab. I want to say thank you to those IDEA Commons partners and to the community leaders who helped the vision of the IDEA Commons become a reality. Many of those leaders and partners are here today, and I'd like for you to stand and be recognized for your efforts. Would you stand, please? Idea Commons partners, workers, city leaders. They're sitting in the front row. Stand up. We are very grateful. At this time, I would like to introduce Missouri State University's President, Cliff Smart.
Good morning, and thank you. Thank you for coming out today and being a part of this celebration. What a great day, what a great crowd, what a great celebration. You know, there are many things that make Springfield and the state of Missouri a great place to live. I think it begins with a thriving economy with low taxes and a business-friendly environment. We also happen to have the #1 chamber in the world, led by our, yeah, we can clap for that. They wouldn't stand a minute ago for Gloria, but I do want to recognize our chamber, which is a significant partner in the economic development of our region, and their chairman of the board, Brian Fogel, is here, as well as the president, Jim Anderson. Thank you for what you all do for Springfield. We also have great schools, elementary schools, secondary schools, an incredible community college, which is a great partner, Ozarks Technical Community College. One of their board members, Howard Frisk, and a good friend, is on the front row as well, and great institutions of higher education. We have beautiful and plentiful natural resources, and maybe most importantly, we have hard-working, caring people that have an incredible can-do positive attitude that they bring to literally every project that is undertaken. You know, another attraction for Springfield and the state is its commitment to the arts. And in Springfield and in this part of the state, many of the arts activities center around our university, from Tent Theater to all the shows and concerts that come into Juanita K. Hammonds Hall for the performing arts, for the traditional groups that we sponsor, from concert chorale, our orchestral groups, our jazz groups, our dance groups, the support we provide for Springfield Regional Opera, our band groups, including the Pride Marching Band that we are, in fact, very proud of, and many, many more. You know, what we haven't always had are the facilities that lived up to the quality of our visual arts program. And I think Ton very graphically described those limitations for us earlier. And that was true. We always haven't made sure that our visual arts had the quality and amount of space that they needed to house the exceptional artists and students that we have working here. But with the completion of this Brick City project, those days are gone. And that is what makes today such a joy. Our art and design faculty, our staff, and our students now have the classroom and laboratory space that begins to match the quality of the programs. That is what makes this a good day. Before I introduce the governor, I do want to congratulate folks that have worked on this project for the last 6 years and maybe the last 6 decades as we've worked to improve our space. Many, many people have been involved in this. I do want to call out one particular person for recognition this morning, though, and that is our former president, Mike Nitzel, who is here. You know, as Jan said a moment ago, IDEA stands for Innovation, Design, Entrepreneurship, and Art. I'm not sure everyone would have put the A in that group otherwise. And that's the real genius that Mike brought to this project. Art didn't need to be in the basement. Ceramics didn't need to be in a basement of an abandoned swimming pool with one dirty sink. And if you look around all of the universities around the country, we weren't unusual in how we handled it. That's more typical than not. What is not typical is the outside-the-box thinking that led to the art department having 4 incredible brand new renovated buildings. That doesn't exist very many other places. And Mike was the real force behind having art be a part of the Idea Commons. My role was simply to follow that vision, build on the great work of the people that went before me, and stick to the commitment. I had the easy part. Mike had the hard part. And so thank you. Thank you for that vision. Now, on to the important stuff. 2 of the biggest advocates for the arts in the state of Missouri are Governor Jay Nixon and his wife, Georgiana. They appreciate the arts. They're knowledgeable about the arts. They support the arts at every opportunity. For them, it's not only a personal commitment, but a recognition of the important role that the arts play in the quality of all of our lives. It's always an honor to have the governor in Springfield and at Missouri State. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the 55th governor of the state of Missouri, the Honorable Jay Nixon.
Thank you. Thank you. I am confident that Dr. Nitzel's vision is spreading, and in any university system or college town that has a near campus, a old ice house or a dilapidated chicken coop, I'm sure college presidents are looking on how to reposition those into that took a lot of vision for those that were here 15 years ago. Jim and the chamber, we appreciate your incredible leadership here, not just work, but leadership. Representative Noah, Representative Huff, it is certainly good to see you. Governor Carmichael, it's an honor to be in the presence of the 56th governor of the state. If you're available for some duties, I have a few that I'll start you on some things that aren't as pleasurable as this, and then move you to a more significant position later. Ton, I sit here and I appreciate what you said about First Lady and I's appreciation of art. I go along with her. She's been a tremendous leader in these areas for many, many years, and deeply committed to the learning that comes from creativity, from the spark of learning that catches people at all different places. And she has been an inspiration. Ton, it is very moving for us to hear art students. I will tell you that as a young kid, when I saw wet clay, I thought more about playing football than I did about turning it into something of great value. But we appreciate your commitment to your career here. It is great to really be in this room today with everybody here to celebrate what is another step forward for downtown Springfield, Missouri State University, Idea Commons, and a local business community. It's also the only university system anywhere that would proudly have the Highway Patrol Crime Lab as part of their work. I mean, we're a conservative, disciplined state. You know what I mean? We bring the Highway Patrol Crime Lab right here to campus, okay? In case there are any issues that arise, we are ready to to engage. Any parent thinking that there's going to be any sort of problems on campus should know that co-located here is our crime lab. But Missouri, as our state, is a great place to live and work for many reasons. One of those reasons is that we live in a state where our communities, our schools, and our citizens value, teach, and inspire each and every day in a myriad of artistic and creative enterprises. At a time when other states are scaling back their support for the arts, Missouri continues to create, promote, and to celebrate art and our artists. What kind of place would Missouri be without the art of Thomas Hart Benton? And for those of you to go to the New York Metropolitan next year, you will see an entire room in which Thomas Hart Benton's murals that are now in the state of Missouri will be there for the world to see. Are the words of Mark Twain. or the music of Scott Joplin. I'm especially appreciative of Mark Twain, who I find, what'd he say? If you wake up and you're over 50 and nothing hurts, you're dead. Each and every morning I begin the day as my thinking of that Missouri, and not even to mention another native Missourian from Marceline, Missouri, Walt Disney. We have creativity that has been a key role for our past is also a pathway to our future. Because while the future of our state needs doctors and lawyers and engineers, it also needs writers, poets, artists, designers, and dreamers. The arts brighten our daily lives. They bring us joy and deepen the human experience. They stir our imagination. They connect us with one another. They help us understand who we are and what we value. The arts preserve for future generations what we think is worth listening to, looking at, talking about, and remembering. And the intersection where art, design, and communications come together to convey the qualities of a product, or the mission of an organization, or the theme of an event, is indeed a very special place. At some point, every innovator, every entrepreneur, every business owner needs a designer, or artist, or writer to help them share their products with the world. And that's why Brick City is such a cutting-edge concept. Blending a business corridor with an arts district, combining the components of a college campus with a research park, in a neighborhood where science and the arts blend in an environment of creativity for both, reflects the true nature of the global economy, where collaboration is necessary for success. Brick City underscores that Springfield is one of the best places in America to be part of that innovative, mutually beneficial collaboration. So on behalf of 6 million Missourians, the First Lady and I congratulate Missouri State University, the City of Springfield, the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce, Urban Districts Alliance, and everyone involved with the Idea Commons on this important milestone. We all look forward to the incredible successes and ideas that will continue to come out of Brick City for many, many years to come. Thank you, and God bless. It's an important day for the state, an important day for Springfield, an important day for future generations that will join art, imagination, creativity, entrepreneurship, and a great future for the region. 1, 2, 3.